A Dream Come True by Stormy Dawn. Scootaloo watched every year as fillies and colts come and go. But over those years, she hasn't gone. And now it was Easter again, and she didn't have a family to spend it with. She'd always dreamed of an Easter egg hunt, but she'd never be able to. The orphanage didn't hold an Easter egg hunt. She had never even made an Easter egg. She walked out of the orphanage and onto the streets of Ponyville. She looked around. Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom's family were having their traditional egg hunt, not together. She sighed. She didn't want to break their tradition.
"Hey, Squirt,"
a scratchy voice called out. Her ears perked up as she turned around.
"Oh, hey, Dash,"
she said. It was Rainbow and Pinkie.
"Hey, why the long face?"
Pinkie asked. Scootaloo mumbled.
"Hey, turn that frown upside down, it's Easter." "That's just it,"
Scootaloo cried.
Huh? "I've never ever had an Easter egg hunt, and I see every pony having a great time with their families when I don't have one,"
she said, as she waved her hooves in the air and flapped her tiny wings furiously.
"Well, you could have just said that,"
Pinkie said.
"Huh?"
Scootaloo asked. Rainbow reached out and wrapped a forearm around the orange filly's stomach. She lifted up her head.
What are you doing?"
she asked.
"Me and Pinkie don't have any fillies or colts of our own, so why don't we take you in for the day?"
Rainbow said.
"So you can have your very first egg hunt."
Pinkie beamed.
"For real?"
Scootaloo asked.
"For real,"
the Pegasus replied.
"Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!"
Scootaloo beamed as she hugged Rainbow's neck.
"Thank you so much!" "What are we waiting for?"
Pinkie asked.
"We have an Easter egg hunt to plan." "Hey, Scoots, you can go and play for 10 minutes somewhere, and then we can do our Easter egg hunt,"
Rainbow said.
"You got it,"
she said as she saluted and ran off, her wings buzzing with excitement. Rainbow swished her tail and turned around.
"Come on, Pinks,"
she said.
"We have to find a good spot for the hunt and hide all the eggs." "Okie dokie, Loki,"
Pinkie said as she bounced off and put a pair of bunny ears on.
"You're a one-of-a-kind wife, you know that?"
Rainbow asked as she lifted into the air to catch up with the earth pony. Pinkie giggled.
"Yeah, I guess. And Scoots is a one-of-a-kind filly,"
she said.
"Perfect,"
Rainbow answered. Pinkie and Rainbow looked around the town for the familiar orange and purple filly.
Oh, I found her!"
Pinkie beamed. Rainbow turned around and smiled.
"Hey, Scoots,"
Rainbow called. The filly turned around.
"Are they done yet?"
she asked anxiously.
"You betcha,"
Pinkie said as she ruffled her purple mane. Rainbow lifted Scootaloo onto her back and flared her wings open.
"Hang on,"
Rainbow said before taking off, leaving a rainbow trail and a bit of orange and purple behind them. Pinkie giggled to herself as she joyfully hopped in their direction, humming a happy tune.
"Wow, that was fast,"
Scootaloo beamed.
"Too bad I can't do that myself,"
she said as she looked down.
"Hey,"
Rainbow said as she let Scootaloo off her back.
"don't be down about that when you could be having fun with this Easter egg hunt." "Hey, girls,"
Pinkie said.
"How was the flight?" "What, huh?"
Scootaloo stammered.
"How did you get here so fast?"
she asked.
"I learned not to question her,"
Rainbow said as she put a hoof on the filly's chest. Scootaloo shrugged.
"Come on, Scoots. This is your first egg hunt,"
Pinkie said.
"Go have fun."
Scootaloo's wings buzzed with excitement again as she grabbed a basket and ran off. She giggled as she ran, finding colorful eggs along the way. The eggs started getting harder to reach, being hidden in trees and other places. She stared at the orange plastic egg wedged between two branches. She twisted her head around to look at her wings. She unfurled them and flapped as hard as she could. This time, instead of failing and falling to the ground, the feeling of the ground left her hooves. She looked down and gasped. She was getting higher and higher. Her chest exploded with excitement, but it didn't last as she hit her head on the branch. The egg wobbled and fell to the ground. Rubbing her head, she grunted.
"Well, that's one way to do it,"
she mumbled. She landed and picked up the egg in her mouth. As she leaned her head in to place it in the basket, it cracked open, and a slip of paper fell out. She hummed. She unrolled it and read it.
"Welcome to the family." "What?"
she thought to herself. The gears in her brain turned. Suddenly, her heart exploded as she flew into the air.
"Oh my gosh!" she
she shouted. She zoomed as fast as she could back to where the couple was standing. They saw her coming and stopped talking.
Wait,
Rainbow squinted her eyes.
is Scoots flying?
She grinned. Before any pony else said anything, Scootaloo bowled the other Pegasus over and gripped her in a huge hug.
I'm guessing you found it.
Pinkie asked.
Is it true?
Scootaloo asked, standing on Rainbow's ribcage.
Totally.
Pinkie beamed.
Welcome home.
She smiled. Scootaloo jumped off Rainbow and wrapped her hooves around Pinkie's neck. The Earth Pony stroked her back and giggled.
Hey, Dashie, are you all right?
She asked.
Yep. A filly stood on my ribs, but other than that, I'm fine,
she said as she wheezed.
Oops. Sorry. Mom?
She said.
I don't expect you to get used to that. But how about you go and show off your new flying abilities to your friends?
Rainbow said as she patted her head.
But they're having their own egg hunt,
She said.
I'm sure they won't mind.
Pinkie said.
How would you know that?
She asked.
Squirt, you just got adopted and learned how to fly.
Rainbow said.
I'm pretty sure they won't mind. You're right.
Scootaloo said.
But at the same time, these chocolate eggs won't eat themselves.
She said as she popped a chocolate egg in her mouth.
Are you kidding?
Pinkie beamed.
I'm starving.
She popped 5 in her mouth as the 2 Pegasi laughed. Scootaloo's eyes slowly opened. She looked around and saw the all-too-familiar orphanage bedroom, shared with 3 other fillies. She rubbed her head and blinked a few times. Was it all a dream? She knew it was all too good to be true. She opened her wings and flapped them. Nothing happened. In the silence, she could hear the other filly's steady breathing, but hers was short and scared. How could this happen to her? Why would her mind play tricks on her like this? She felt her eyes burn. Tears built up in her eyes and trailed down her cheeks.
It was all a lie,
she whispered to herself. Tears freely flowed down her cheeks and soaked her blanket. Choked sobs erupted in her throat. Scootaloo jerked straight upwards, accompanied by loud sobs. A warm hoof trailed down her back, and she felt the presence of another pony. As her heart rate and breathing calmed, she turned around. Sitting on the edge of the bed was Pinkie Pie.
Mom!
She launched herself onto the pink pony.
Mom, you're here! Of course I'm here, silly. What's wrong?
She asked.
I had a dream,
she said,
of when I got adopted at Easter, and then I woke up in the orphanage.
Pinkie Pie wrapped her forearms around her daughter as Scootaloo buried her head in the pink pony's soft, furry chest.
Shh. It's okay,
Pinkie said.
Where's Mom?
Scootaloo asked.
Oh, her?
Pinkie Pie asked.
She's in the backyard. Happy Easter,
she said. Scootaloo smiled as she hopped out of bed.
Your Easter egg hunt should be ready now,
she beamed.
Go and have fun.
Once Scootaloo made it outside, she inhaled deeply and smiled.
Everything will always be all right.